Hey guys, welcome back. This is ChosenArchitect, and today we are going to be jumping in, doing some adventuring, and getting some awesome food along the way. So, I hope you guys are ready. So you guys kind of wanted to see a little bit more action and, kind of separate myself from, doing the monotonous grind that is things like astral sorcery and stuff. I have been looking at the comments. You guys have been wanting to see some more adventure. So, we're going to work on that today. But one quick thing before we do that. I'm going to see, how much it's actually going to take to make this. You guys are really going to thank me for this, because this thing is absolutely amazing if we can go ahead and make this. And that is the cave illuminator. Now, we don't really need too much else, but this cave illuminator is going to blow your mind with what we're able to do with it. So let's head on in to the beneath, right? This is where I think this would be most likely used, and where that this is going to really pay off. So if we take the cave illuminator, I'm really, you got to be careful where you place it. But if you were kind of messing around in an area like this, well, let's find a darker area, like over here or something. This emits a lot of light around the area that this is placed, but it only places light below it. So if you wanted to place light down here, you could just place it right here and give it a minute, and it's going to light this whole area up. It's absolutely amazing. This thing is really crazy. And I'm going to show you something that you got to be really careful with, because you can actually light all of the sky spaces as well, because this doesn't care if it's related to the ground or not. It's just going to place light in dark areas that are below it. And that also includes dark areas, as in open air areas. It's kind of ridiculous how this does this. And then these lights stay. Even if you break this, the lights will be here. So now you have an area where lights are just floating in the sky, which are absolutely amazing. But it gets even better. What if you want to light this whole area up so you don't take damage anymore? Well, we can go all the way up here and place one. Yeah, prepare for the lag. Oh boy, it does lag quite a bit. But as you can see, once the lag sort of goes away, it just has, completely lit up everywhere, including the sky, like just out in the open. There's lights all over the place. And this is going to dramatically just make this experience in the beneath way better. Look at this. You can see I'm just kind of chilling out here. Completely, he just can't touch you because it's lit up. Like, you're not going to take any damage. And this is really going to help you find those spawners. It's going to help you fight off the bad guys. This cave illuminator is the perfect thing for this dimension. So when it comes to adventure, this is a great place to do it now, because you can just straight up place lights everywhere in this dimension. You're going to take a little bit of damage as you're flying over here, but you could make this thing early on and just place it on the sides of walls. You have all these pillars that stick up. If you place this on the top part of the pillar, it'll light a giant square around you. That, like, if I place it up here, it's going to light up all of this area around. It's just, I absolutely love this thing. So let's get on with, sort of the plan that I have for today's video. Oh, wow. Look at all the, look at all the little flares that are coming off of it from doing this. That's hilarious. So I just got back from the beneath after kind of using this thing quite a bit. It was really fun because I was able to find a lot of chests, for one thing. So you can access tons of spawners, and sometimes you'll get things like this. You'll find a really nice helmet or things like that. Actually, I have some in here. They're not the greatest things, but what you really want to go after is the mobs that are in here. Even if they're in iron armor, sometimes you can get some really nice things. Like this gives you 13% speed increase. That's amazing. That's a really good speed buff. But there was one particular mob that I ended up finding a couple of, and oh my, were they probably the most overpowered armor geared mobs in the game, because they are sporting Ender.io's top armor the Ender gear. Like, so we have Ender legging. We're only missing the leggings, I believe. Oh no, we have them right there. I believe. Yeah, this is the Ender leggings. So these can be upgraded down the road, and I believe, yeah, you can throw them as soon as you put an upgrade on them, they can remove the durability. You can see that that's possible here. And you see micro anvil, flippers, and powered. Like, empowered is your first step to upgrading this gear. But the fact that it is already here and just quite insane is going to replace our current armor set. So let's just take a look at some of the crazy bit of gear we got. This right here is crazy, but at 13% on the increased speed there, this also gives you increased speed, but these are just uncommon. If we take a look at this helmet, where is it at? Right here, ancient. This thing is unbreakable, gives you 320% swim speed, so when you're in water, you're going to just fly through it. You also get 13% speed boost, and it also has unbreaking, respiration, and protection. Just an insane amount of protection on it. This one also has projectile protection, unbreaking, icy thorn, so you're going to slow them down if when a mob hits you. It's going to give you 10 plus armor, plus 1 armor, plus 1 toughness, like plus 3 toughness. Like, this is an insane toughness build. And then this sword is absolutely amazing. It has leech on it. It has unbreaking, sharpness, insight, and like pretty much everything you would want on a sword. This sword has it. And it's not even upgraded yet. So, yeah. These pieces of gear are insane. I also found an apprentice ice mage wand, which is really cool because if this is apprentice, which means we could use apprentice books on it and we don't have to worry about leveling it. It's already at the apprentice level, I think. We're going to have to do some experimenting with that. But still, I ended up getting tons of other things. Like, this has an insane amount of sharpness on it. It's 15 attack damage. It has a 114% critical damage output, which is also insane. This has Fortune 1, which is really nice. I might use that until we get some more Fortune. We can make our own Fortune book and apply it on any tool at this point, which is really nice. But yeah, I found tons of other gear that is just amazing. And like Flim Flam, I don't recommend putting that on. That's a pretty dangerous enchant. But this has Smashing. Smashing's really nice. It'll turn ores into their dust counterparts, and it doubles it. So instead of you putting it through your grinder, this will automatically do it for you, and you'll just collect the dust, the doubled amount of dust, which is really cool. I love that enchant. But yeah, this is all the stuff that we ended up getting from there. Like, we have another pair of Ender boots. And like this Ender gear is actually kind of hard to make. So it's really cool that we're able to get it this way. And man, I just found tons of stuff. Tons of gear. And we're going to use that here in a minute. We're going to head into a new dimension. Oh, that's right. New dimension. I'm kind of spoiling it. But we're going to head into a new dimension. And I'm going to show you probably the best way or the best food that you can actually get in the game. Because food is just becoming just a nuisance at this point. Eventually, we're going to, of course, upgrade and not even need to worry about food. But, you know, for right now, having some nice food is going to be a good idea. Before we head to the new dimension, I was experimenting a little bit with this apprentice wand from Electrobob Wizardry. And as you can see in the bottom left-hand corner, well, one of the apprentice spells, apparently, even though I couldn't figure out all of them, I figured out how to use these few, which are kind of cool. The summon a spirit wolf has to be one of my favorites. We literally get our own personal doggo, and it is our doggo. One thing I want to see, though, let's take a look at Lapis. Can I color its collar? Oh my. It is straight up our spirit wolf. Look how cool that is. And it follows us around. Oh, that is really cool. Another thing that we have is replenish hunger, which lets us give ourselves hunger, but at the cost of no saturation, which is not the greatest way to do this. And then agility is really nice because right now we have jump boost 2, it does appear. But if we give ourselves the agility, we get 30 seconds of speed 2. On top of that, also giving us jump boost 2 as well, which we already had. But it's super nice. Look at this. Like, we can get on top of these pillars, which are 2 blocks tall, and we can run a lot faster, which is really cool. And that's just something else. We can also summon a skeleton. I mean, great when you're fighting other things, but not that great right now. But yeah, that's kind of cool to replenish hunger. That's crazy. Ice Ball is basically, yeah, it's an attack, and it kind of helps that this thing gives a plus 30% in ice potency. So anything ice related is going to, have a lot stronger attack towards it. So, and that's kind of what we have. Anyways, let's kind of get away from that, and let's focus on what we're going to need to sort of move. And here's what I want to do. I want to actually get a good food source. Now, what's a good food source, you might ask? If you search steak, you're going to find that there's a couple different types of steak, but one is venison steak. Now, Pam's Harvest Craft completely nerfs normal steak. Look how much hunger and saturation it fills with a piece of steak. Now, they kind of looked over the Twilight Forest venison steak. So this is the greatest thing ever, because we can get venison steak really easy. All we got to do is just have a diamond, right? So we're going to take a diamond. We're also going to take some buckets. I need a couple of things of water. I don't think we have enough for the chalice. I would say we can make this, which is an infinite water source, but I don't think we have these tiers yet. No, we will eventually, though. We will end up making this. That would be kind of a great thing to have right now, but I'm pretty sure... Oh, never mind. We might have all of this. Never mind. We have everything we need for this. So, yeah, this is an infinite water source. Infinite bucket of water, which is great. So, now that we have that, we can kind of just move on to flowers, right? So we're going to need a few different types of flowers. You could use all of the same type of flower. It doesn't really matter. I just need to gather some flowers. I think these flowers work. Any flowers really should get the job done. And we're just going to grab a couple of them. Because we're going to have it surrounding a 4x4 area. So keep that number in your head. 4x4 area needs to be completely surrounded. And where do we want to put this? That's another question. Where do I want this portal to be? And I'm also going to need a waystone for it. Getting a waystone's pretty easy, but I still need to figure out where I want this to be located at. So if we head over here, I don't want it underground because sometimes I have issues when it's underground. But where else would we want to put this thing? Maybe we can put it over here and sort of decorate it a little bit and make yourself a pathway to get to it. I mean, right here is technically our build under here, but it's just going to have water. I don't think the lightning's going to set it on fire. Let's go ahead and place the water in. Look at that. I mean, this thing is so cool. It's an infinite water source. And I believe when it's selected like this, it drains water. Yes, it infinitely drains water, which is kind of cool. All right, we need to surround this with just random flowers of any type. If you've never seen the Twilight Forest before, this is what you do. Now, we're not spend too much time in the Twilight Forest. We're just mainly going here to get some steak and stuff like that to help with hunger. Because there's other dimensions I want to visit. The Twilight Forest is awesome and all. Don't get me wrong. But there are other places that I would rather get into. All right, is this going to work? Maybe it's not recognizing these as flowers. These are biomes of plenty flowers. They may not be in that so-called list of available flowers that we can use. So I do know these are all vanilla, so these should definitely work. And I hope the bottom doesn't have to be grass. That'd be kind of a miss, wouldn't it? Does the bottom have to be grass? Shouldn't, but this should work. You know what? Let's just go ahead and take this. And we'll remove the water out of here. Just for now, let's go ahead and put this as dirt underneath here, even though you would think that this would be fine. Let's try this again now that there's dirt underneath. And that was the issue. Weird. So when I go back in my base, I'll just fix it, and that should totally solve that problem. Okay, so going into this dimension, I mean, shouldn't be too much of a problem since our portal is literally right here. We could remove the flowers. The portal has already been created, and there should already be another portal in the other dimension. So that should be okay. Let's replenish some of our hunger. Wow, that's still kind of cool. Like, you gotta admit, that is kind of cool. All right, let's hop in and hope we have everything we need. All right, so we're in the Twilight Forest. Nice. So first thing I always like to do is set a waypoint. So we're gonna do portal back home. It's gonna be the best way for us to get back. And we have our sheep. Lovely. I am looking for deer, though. That is going to be the thing I am definitely after. And right here is what we need. So we really need to kill as many of these as we possibly can, because they're going to drop raw venison. And of course, all we have to do is smelt that. And we're good to go. So another thing you might want to find while you're in here is some crows. That is something that I definitely need to keep an eye out for. These guys have some spawners in them. We could probably take one of these guys out so we can get their morph. Nice. They also drop gold and things like that, which is kind of cool. Yeah, but you don't want to be on the lookout. You want to listen for a crow, because if you hear one, there's definitely going to be one nearby. And sometimes they like set on the ground. They'll be in the river area. You can kind of find them by water. In these biomes, the biomes that'll have the canopy trees, if you see other birds, more than likely there's going to be a crow. I want to stay away from here, even though we could probably fight the Naga. I just don't really want to bother with the Naga right now. I'm listening out for a crow. And what we need this crow for is that's how you get a map, so you can start adventuring in this area a little bit easier. We're going to do that in a few episodes from now. I don't want to focus on this biome specifically just yet, even though it is super cool. There is some really nice places you can go mining, though. But I don't feel like it's as good as the other dimensions that we have available, like the beneath. Like the beneath is way better. What is this? This is a new type. By the way, I'm in an area that I'm not supposed to be in. That's why I'm taking damage like I am. So that's another thing that I have to watch out for. I really like being able to heal my hunger like this, though. Kind of cool. So I did see this right up ahead. Hopefully we can sneak over to this guy. Look at that crow just sitting there. And if I can kill it, there we go. Oh, it didn't drop. It didn't drop a feather. So what you really want is it to drop a feather, and you also need some torch berries. You can find torch berries like right here. Yeah, usually you find these birds just like that, and they normally drop a crow feather. It didn't drop it that time. So sometimes you might find a well like this while you're here, and because we have such high swim speed and we pretty much can't drown because of the gear that we have on, you might want to try and see what's down in these wells. Sometimes there might be some stuff down here that you just don't expect. All right, let's see. Let's carve out a little area. I can't really see too well. Or there was an open area. Sometimes there's chests and stuff that you can find. Oh well. Maybe I'm not getting that lucky here. But I thought I seen something. Yeah, this is an open area here. Alright, right here's another crow. Oh, I was about to say, it better drop one. Alright, we also got another one from that. Perfect. So we have raven feathers. And the raven feathers are going to be used just like this to make a magic map focus. And this is the map that you're going to actually use to figure out where all of these bosses are at that are in this. There's a boss right here. I would say we can go after him, but I'll save that for another video. I'm mostly looking for some food. So I was just roaming around, and I don't think I've ever been in, as much as I've messed around with the Twilight Forest, I don't think I've ever been in this particular biome. It's very weird. The Enchanted Forest, I just don't remember it looking like this. Look at the ground is changed. Like all the different colors. There's rainbow trees just randomly placed over here. Like this is actually really cool. Like look at this. Rainbow oak. I really like this. Wow. So yeah, there's like rainbow trees all over the place. This is something definitely worth looking at. I also did find like the sheep that you need to kind of feed different wool types in order for it to reach its max potential and be like a giant wool centipede sheep thing. But this is, yeah, I wasn't actually expecting this to find that biome. Wow, while I was just exploring. So since I got all the food and everything ready, there is something that I want to prep just for our base here. I want to convert this to a Enderman spawner, but to do an Enderman spawner, we're going to need a few things because Endermen like to teleport away when they are attacked, and we can't have that happen. We would have Endermen all over our base. It'd be absolutely horrible. So what you need is an inhibitor obelisk. So I went ahead and made the inhibitor obelisk, and I'm going to go ahead and just tell you right up, this is going to require power. And you can just use a basic capacitor. It doesn't use much power, but we do need to get the power transferred. So probably the best way to do that is to use a simple power cell from RF Tools. It doesn't require too much to make this at all, and we're going to need 2 of them. So, I mean, it's just super simple. Let's go ahead and grab this. Just think of this as a wireless power transfer system. Only works for power, though. So, doesn't work with items, but it can charge items. I don't know if this specific one can charge items, but the normal one can charge items. This is the simplest version. So if we go to RF Tools, to get this to link and to work, we're going to need 2 of these power cell cards. And these are the cards that are going to allow this to work. So we need to hook this to our main power system. And that is currently hooked up right here to our dimensional transceiver. So if I just place this right here and set this one side to insert power, we set this to accept power from all sides, and then we can go ahead and place this card in here. Currently it says it is unlinked, but if we pull it out, it is linked to ID 1, which is our current setup here. Now, this, I don't think we have to set this to push power. Do we? I don't think so. This can be kind of weird on how it moves power around. We might have to use a conduit, actually, to get this to function properly. Or hook it into our conduit line down here. Let's see, what would be the best way to do this? Probably just use a conduit. Like I said, this doesn't need much power. So I'll just put a conduit just right here. And if we set this thing in here, I think this is the one that had the setup in it, right? Nope. Different. Okay, so this is the one. Go ahead and break this. Good thing we can jump out of here now. Alright, so that's the one that we need. There we go. We'll place this one here. Now it's going to start filling with power. Should be coming out of here. Should. Or out of our main power system. Perfect. And then we'll move that. Actually, our power is coming out of here. I forgot about that. It's actually still going into here, but main power system is coming out of here. Okay, so this is charging up, doing exactly what we need. We need to put this in here to link it to the ID card. And we're ready to go. We'll take this up here, and we're just going to place this right in front of this. I'm going to place it like 1 block away, right here. And we can place the power cell. I'm going to set this to output and throw the linked card in here. It's going to double the size because, of course, this can hold up to, what, 500,000? Or no, 200. I think it can hold up to 250,000. But because we have 2, they are linked to the same network, and therefore they are going to do that. Okay, so we can place this here. That's going to build up power, and you can see the range is 32. So within 32 blocks from here, Endermen are not going to be able to teleport. That's basically all this does. Super simple, but very effective. And let's get our Enderman. Let's see. Enderman, if I can spell. I usually type with one hand when I'm playing modded, just because my left hand's always on the keyboard and my right's always on the mouse. So sometimes whenever I type, I kind of mess things up. But I think we've had enough zombies for a while. Let's do Enderman. And I don't know if this would be a good idea. There are some swords that are better than others for killing Endermen. But honestly, just getting Ender Pearls would be great. So let's take a look at our diamond swords. Like this sword is really nice, but it's unbreakable as well. So perfect sword. This sword literally says unbreakable. It does tons of damage. And the good thing is sharpness is effective on Enderman. So this should basically almost just one-shot Enderman for us. Wow, what luck. What luck. Look at that. Unbreakable does the critical strike damage. Completely unbreakable, so we now have an unlimited source. As long as our tank of nutrient distillation stays full, which eventually we will set up an automated system. We'll have the tank below, and it'll just be piping from our setup. But let's look at his Ender Pearls. And Ender Pearls is going to equal power in the next few episodes. So keep an eye out for that. If we turn this on, turn this bad boy on, other than them getting stuck right there, which is not that big of a deal, they'll eventually wander. Oh yeah. And that's going to equal Ender Pearls, all kinds of goodies. Look at this. We have tons of this material. I'm actually going to take all of this out, put it in my system. Eventually we're going to reroute our bows. We're going to get our bows situated and things like that. But yeah, I'm going to pull all this out. We also need to upgrade this a little bit more. We need to make it a bit faster, in my opinion. But I mean, that's all for, future episodes. I know a lot of you guys have said that, I'm like a hermit. I'm staying in my base. I'm doing all this stuff. But, I mean, I do need to progress. Like, I can't really just go out and do all kinds of craziness when I have no equipment to do so, or power. So, I want to make this fun. And I'm trying my best to get through this pack and make it as fun as possible for you guys. So, I hope you guys enjoy. If you guys have any comments, please put them down below. I do read them. And guys, I hope to see you in the next episode. If you haven't clicked that subscribe button, I highly recommend doing so. And click that thumbs up button if you enjoyed today's episode. There's going to be more to come, so I hope you guys stick around. Guys, I'll see you in the next episode, and as always, thanks for watching.